Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in Gelderland. Alright, that's it. I mean, yeah, there was a slight issue that we had with the, let me change that one over to there. If you see there, I've got 16 out of 30 pallets on there already. And the front one seems to have loaded up correctly. That's got a double layer on everything. But the back one is already saying it's got 16 out of 30. Now, in order to change that, all you have to do is, instead of enable the autoload, if I just unload here, right there, it's now cleared that little fault. So if you do have that issue where it's not loading up properly, you can just empty it before you start, essentially, and then everything will all be tickety-boo once more. I'm going to go and get mayonnaise for this load. Oh, there is also honey. I should also go and get the... You know what? We're just going to load up mayonnaise for now. Let's load up as much as we can. We'll run all the way down through here and stop all the way up with mayonnaise like that. And then I can go and take this lot round, and I'll go back and I'll get the honey in a minute. I want to sell all of this, and then I can start trying to load up some of the rest of it. We'll get all the eggs first. Those are the important ones. Might end up with 2 complete loads of everything that we've got here, because we've got some obscene quantities of stuff here that we're going to want to sell. Go there, and I want to take the straps off of that, actually, before we go much further. That's all of that lot sold. Now. 131,000 euros. So, yeah, I mean, the eggs, the reason that we get so much money for the eggs is we get 7,000 litres of eggs per pallet, which means that we get a whole lot more goods on there. Obviously, these other ones are not 5,000 litre pallets, which does make a bit of a difference. However, it's not the end of the world at all. We've still got plenty of stuff on here. So, there's 34,000 litres of honey right there. Next, I will go and load up eggs. What I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to stop that. I'm going to unload it, and then I'm going to load it back on again. And I'm also going to go to the back, because it was just in case we didn't have it all fully loaded. If I then switch to the back one, see, that one's still got pallets on it, so I'm going to unload that one before we even get going on there. And switch back to the front bit. So we'll go and get all of the eggs that we can get, and then we'll finish up by getting a bit more of the mayonnaise that we got down there. And nope, there were no pancakes there, no chicken pancakes at all, you can see, because the chicken jumped up over the top and then ran away. It was absolutely fine. There was nothing wrong with that chicken whatsoever. It was a very, very healthy looking chicken as it ran away. It did not look unusually compact. You're imagining things. There was no compact chickens. That would just be cruel. Oh, exactly the right amount. Okay, so we've exactly right amounted on here. Everything that we want. I need to be able to get out of here. Unfortunately, these trees are in the way. And then there's a great big ditch. And then there's more trees. Which doesn't make any of this very easy. Might need to redo that back there. And I've still got all of the mayonnaise to go and get from the mayonnaise factory, which is also going to take us a while. So let's take the straps off of there, and then we'll go to here and we'll remove all the straps off. Hang on. Saying that, I just want to see what I've got. 437,000 litres of eggs and another 32,000 litres of honey. That's a really obscene amount of everything. Like, the amount of money that we're getting from these eggs is incredible. I absolutely love it. I really do. It just takes a while to sell them every time. There's another 483,000, so I'm looking at 600,000 euros in sold products so far this month. I've also got all of the mayonnaise down there to go and sell. Although I've sold a big chunk of it. You know, I'm just going to leave that now. We're not going to worry about selling another big round of that. Oh, actually, how much space have I got in the mayonnaise factory? Like, is it going to be able to survive another day without me selling off everything? Yes, it will, because we got 250,000 litres of storage on there. So tomorrow we will be selling mayonnaise in very large quantities, but not today. We're not going to do any more of that now. It is harvest time. It is time to get going with our harvest. We've got oats that we need to harvest, and then we'll be able to start preparing fields for more crops. Let's go and have a look over this way. So right now we have just oats to do. The other crops will come a bit later, including the ones down there, our grapes and olives and everything. So we're going to need a combine. Now, we've got this combine, which does do a rather wonderful job. But there's... I forgot about the running thing. This is amazing. Let's run down to the shop, shall we? I mean, I could do a little bit of exercise. I love the sound my little feet make. Hammering down the pavement. That's amazing. I have a combine in here that I've been doing a little bit of work on. And I'm hoping that I have actually got it here. Nope. Ooh. That's different. Nope. Ooh. Alright, that one's in the wrong section. But that is... This machine can harvest the indicated crop types. There's no indicated crops. It doesn't indicate. I'm assuming that it's supposed to do the grapes or the olives or something, but there's no indications on it whatsoever. So I don't really know what that's supposed to be for. That's not giving us any information. It is dead to me. We have the Vistula KZB3 right here, which has a 60 horsepower engine, 1.5 meter cutter. It combines at the grand cheerful speed of, well, it drives at 19 kilometers an hour, and it does its combining at 6 kilometers an hour. This one over here says 35 kilometers an hour. Might reach 35 kilometers an hour. It has 750,000 litres of capacity in its tank, which is quite remarkable considering the size of it. I have maybe done a little bit of work on this one. Now, this has been the most difficult conversion that I've ever had to do. It's extremely complicated to try and get this thing to work properly, and I'm still not 100% happy with it. So I will state that from the start. I'm not overly happy with this. It's doing all right. That's a lot of reds to choose from. I didn't even bother with the colours. Like, I didn't even bother adding anything extra. There was one thing that I should have done to add more colours, but, you know, we're just going to stick with the basic standard ones on here. I'm going to buy this one. Now, I've done a lot of work on this, and I keep forgetting about this. I press that, and I end up bumping my nose on the nearest shed. Like here. Oh, right, I'm standing at the entrance. Let me just pop over here and then clonk. Run right into the door. I need to be a bit more careful. So, yes, I've done some work on this one, so you can well imagine that things are going to get a little bit interesting with this. It's slow progress. But I really love the look of this combine. I absolutely love it. Look at this thing. It's amazing. Absolutely fantastic. It does go a bit faster. I've found out new things about gearing and speeds and everything since I've done this, so I might actually be able to change it and do things a little bit differently. If I can find the right bits of code, it's gonna take a lot more work. And I know that for most of you, it makes no... I might as well be talking Greek right now, because you've got no clue what I'm talking about. But for those of you who do know, with like tweaking the XMLs and stuff, I really don't know what I'm doing very much on it at all. I can alter a few bits, and I can alter the working widths of stuff in the editor program, but those are really, really beginner basics. There isn't anything particularly complicated about that. I'm not a computer programmer. I don't know anything about programming at all. So changing the basics in the XML code is about as much as I can do. I don't have the skill or the know-how to be able to do any more than that. And this one has been quite a challenge for me. I had to spend quite a lot of time doing experiments with it and just trying to basically figure out what on earth I was doing and which way was up and all the rest of it. But we are going to go and do this. Well, actually, I say we're going to go and do this. I'm going to have a short break of about a week, and then I'm going to get started. So, in a few seconds, you will see future me. And I am back again. I've made a couple of small changes. I've altered the speeds of the farm production thing up there, so we'll kick stuff out a little bit faster. What else to have on my list? The pizza place. I did actually alter the pizza place. Let's go over and have a quick look. And I've got the combine is ready to go beside the field that I showed you previously. I don't know if I made any alterations to that one, but this one over here, we should now have the tipping point. There we go. See, it's not stuffed right up against the door anymore. I moved it out in here, so we should just be able to drive over it and everything will be tickety-boo. And in here, I did think about altering the capacities on this one, but ultimately I decided against it. I haven't gone and made any alterations to any grape producing stuff yet. That is still on my to-do list. I've made no changes there. And here on the donuts, I think I actually changed the capacity of the pallets on this one. I got a feeling I did actually do an update on this one. I'm not sure. But one thing that I did do, one thing that I definitely did do, was I went over to the mayonnaise and ketchup factory because I felt that we're getting flooded with pallets, really. And I've made a slight alteration to the pallets. As you can see, there's a slight alteration. These got 1,000 litres on each, which is fine. They're 1,000 litres each. However, any new pallets that get produced from here are going to have a slightly different capacity. I'm going to show you, before we go and do anything else, I'm going to just start this one up. I'm going to whiz down through here and try and pick up these pallets a minute. Like that. Ah, there you go. We got one already. I got some eggs chucked up on top. There's only one pallet that has come out with the new quantity for the mayonnaise, and I'll just move on up here a minute. We'll go and sell this lot in a second. I want to have a look at this pallet. So we go over here. We will take off this. Take the strap off. Should be able to remove the strap. How do you do that? F1. Right. I thought you could individually remove. Alright, maybe not. Never mind that. Let's just do it like this then. So if I take those straps off there a second, and we come down here and we have a look, so you can see there we got 1,000 litres on that one, and we go to that one there. 10,000 litres of mayonnaise. It's 200 kilos. 10,000 litres of mayonnaise on that one pallet right there, which is absolutely fan-schmastic. So I'm just going to jump back in here a minute, and I'm going to load that one back up. We'll run this over. So now, instead of being 1,000 litres per pallet, which this one here takes 50, so we'd have 50,000 litres on here, in theory, we can have 50 pallets at 10,000 litres each, which would be 500,000 litres of mayonnaise, which is a lot more like it. That's the kind of thing that we want. That is the kind of scale that we are hoping for in this entire series. So I'm just going to bring that one up over there, and right, it does get rid of those pretty quickly. There we've got the 10,000 litres. I did alter the speed at which the pallet unloads a little bit, and you may have noticed that those eggs disappeared pretty quickly. That is because I've also made a slight tweak to the speed that the egg pallets unload, because I haven't been entirely happy with what they've been doing. I feel that they've been a little bit too slow. So, next on the list, yeah, we can ignore that one for a minute. We want to go over to our brand new combine. And as you can see, it's got 750,000 litres of capacity. I've spent quite a bit of time doing work on this combine. I wanted to make sure that this combine was absolutely perfect. It needs more work. I'm still trying to work on this combine. It's really difficult. This one is more difficult to modify than anything else I've previously done. It surprised me with its complexity, but I'm slowly getting there. I'm learning all kinds of things about modifying machinery as well. But as you can see, it does come... Oh, actually, I didn't even realise just how big this thing is. Right, it takes the entire field in one pass. So we're able to do our harvest. One little issue I've got on this, as you can see, is that straw is too close to the back of the combine. So that is causing me a slight problem right there. I would like the visual to be further back. It's right over into the other one over there. This is fantastic. It holds 750,000 litres. I think I still need to do some, just change the rate at which it's... oh, I've missed a bit over there. Right, that's no good. Okay, so I've got all of that. There's a couple of things that I do need to change. I need to change the... I think I need to change the weight of the combine. And I also need to change the... the weight of the product in it. And I need to be able to have the straw dropping onto the ground a little bit further behind me. And that one I was having some trouble with. It should... I figured it should be fairly simple. It should be a fairly simple process to go through, but it seems like it might not be as simple as I was hoping. It's a bit of a shame. But I do have this combine up to this point. I don't think it's going to be able to do the sunflowers. It's just standard crops at the moment, but I'm definitely going to be doing some more. This thing is amazing! I love it. I absolutely love it. So this may be the combine we use for doing all future combine work. It does struggle to get around a little bit at times, and if we try to turn a corner with it, it leaves vast quantities of grain behind unscathed and untouched, which is probably not really what we want, but I can do an entire field in a single pass. I didn't even realise I could do this whole field in a single pass. This is actually new to me. This is fantastic, and I love it. Right, let's shut that one off. And we'll go for a boogie on down this way. I need to be able to get into that field. Unfortunately, I don't have a quick way to get from this field over into the yard over there. So I think that's something that we need to do. We also need to have like a little bridge going between these, because we quite often want to get from this field to that field. And I don't like continually having to pole vault across the ditches there. And I want to have something going through here as well. Right. First up, we need to do the all-important get rid of trees, because... trees are bad. Trees are evil. We do not want trees. Trees are just bad all the way through. So I'm just going to have to do a quick little... so we go Shift P like that. And I'm going to do a quick little bit of landscaping here. Right, I've made a couple of little land bridges so that we can get back into the yard from this field whenever we want to, and also we can go from this field into that field. So we want to run down here to our new combine. Listen to it. Punting away. Punting. That's about the only word I can think of to describe the sound that this combine makes as it sort of sits there. I love this thing. I really do. I think this combine is absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to fire it up. We're going to bring it over here. We're going to go across our new little bridge that I've just gone and made. And we're going to bring you in here. Now, I don't think that this one is actually going to... one thing I really love about this combine is all the moving components on the sides. I think it's absolutely fantastic. This is also a combine that has the header permanently attached to it, which I think is part of the reason I found it such a challenge to do all the alterations that I wanted to do to it. But there we have it. Right. I'm now going to go flying up through here. This field we wouldn't be able to do with a single pass. So we'll do this as 2 passes. We'll go running up here. And this is the slight problem. You can see I'm kind of like angling backwards and forwards here a little bit. And it is a slight struggle to keep it on the straight and narrow. I can use the hired help on it. That was a bit of a struggle. I couldn't use the hired help on this one to start with. It didn't like it. But I am now able to use hired help. I'm not quite sure what I did to enable it. But it does enable it nonetheless. And he just slowed down. Oh, seriously? It's a tree. It doesn't matter. This was actually said to me in a previous video. Khan Wolf, I think it was, put a comment there saying how the hired help, it either is just not going to allow you to do anything because there's a tree within 300 meters of the field, or if you're using the AI vehicle extension, it just completely ignores the trees and drives right into them. There's just no hope. There's just no hope whatsoever. But one thing I do like about the hired help is that it is at least able to keep this combine going in a straight line, which I struggle with a lot more, but I think that's partly because of the straw behind it. Like, that straw piling up behind it is definitely a bit of a challenge to the operator when they're trying to keep this thing straight. So we bring you up there like that, and I'm curious if the hired help is actually going to be able to turn the combine round, and also where it's going to turn it to, what point it's going to reach. It does seem to be going in a very large circle here, which is good. This is what we want. We want a very large circle, because that means it's kind of doing the right thing. It also means that I've managed to do that bit correctly, which is always a bonus. He's definitely going to the right point. Or she, I should say. She is definitely driving to the right point. I don't like that. Oh, no, she's coming all the way back. She's not quite going right back to the start of the field. And I do notice that it seems to store a whole load of grain in, not grain, straw in the combine for right at the end. And surprisingly, it is doing this entire field in 2 passes. I didn't think it was quite going to reach for the second pass. Okay, that's fantastic. It is struggling now. And I think that's partly because of the weight of the wheat. I've not yet been able to properly correct that one. I think that is having an effect. And I definitely need to move that straw further back. So I've got a lot of work to do on this combine. But I'm absolutely loving what we've got here so far. This is amazing. I also need, there's a couple of little tweaks that we need to do just to make this work. And I've no idea how to have that visual go further apart, but I really like it. I want that one further. I want that one much, much wider. But it's slowly building up speed. We're now cruising down here at absolutely maximum. No, don't go in there. It might be too heavy to get out again. We're completely stuck now. Right. There we go. It seems. Can you hear that? It really seems to be doing something to the gearbox on the combine as I'm shunting it around. Oh, that's amazing. That's genuinely amazing. Right. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't think there's anything I can do about that bit either. I think that's just kind of something that we're going to have to put up with. I'm going to have to alter the width a little bit on this just to make sure that this actually works as we want it to. This combine has got fantastic potential to be the combine that we do everything with in this series. This is going to be our combine. If I can finish making everything work how I want it to work. It's not an easy task, and I'm having to learn an awful lot about the XMLs and everything else about how the mods work and making the alterations and everything. But I must say, it is a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun doing all of this learning, and it's absolutely brilliant. I'm really enjoying doing that and finding out all these things, and also using them in the game. This is amazing. I'm genuinely loving this. Right, let's back up here a little bit, because we missed a little tiny bit there. He can go backwards very fast, does he? This combine is not designed for going backwards. This combine is designed for going forwards and performing wondrous miracles when it does. Right, I don't want to get too close to that field over there, because well, actually, I'm curious. If I go too close to that field over there, is it going to let me cut it? Let's go there and get all of that. And then... Right, it's not letting me cut that. That would have reached over as far as that field. So it's not letting me do that. I'm just going to lift up this one now. I'm going to stop it and I'm going to lift it up in the air. And we're going to go over into this field so that we can start the next one. And Notice that we haven't had to empty this thing out at all yet, which is even better. I'm really loving this combine. We've got like 1.7 million. Now, there's a few things that I wanted to get with the grapes and stuff, but where are we going to expand? Do I expand out this way? Because I wanted that to be all grass that way, and we're going to kind of like get rid of this dog's leg bit over here. And then this here was going to be a separate round of fields. So maybe we should just buy those 3 now. I also wanted to turn this into a massive, great big field up through here. That's on the to-do list as well. So I think let's just go in here and buy these up, because then I can combine these. That's what I'm thinking, is if I buy them now, we can combine them. So if I buy that one, and yep, and then that one, and that one as well, buy. Right, map overview. So we've got wheat in here, and we've got canola in here, and we've got yet more sugar beet. So we've got several sugar beet fields that we're going to be going after now. Let's fire this thing up. Hang on a minute. Right. I was just whetting my whistle with some coffee. Coffee is important. Coffee is life. Okay, so if I bring that one around there, it shouldn't reach all the way across the road. And then we can go whizzing on down the field. I'm going to try and do this by my lonesome, like this. See how wide this thing is. It's fantastic. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I really... Right, okay, so the straw at the back is definitely causing us some issues. I'm struggling to keep this thing straight because of the straw, but that's also causing us a slight problem with... like, it's drifting it from side to side, but it's also lifting the machine in the air a little bit, which is also not good. We don't want to do that. So, yeah, there's work that needs to be done on that. Let's bring you around like that, and then we can head up across the field over here. One thing that I do like is this wheat harvest, oat harvest is going to be pretty quick and efficient. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.